So I am going through a quarter life crisis and I am not in control of anything in my life right now, it feels like. So let's focus on something I can control, cleaning my room. So if you follow me over on Instagram or on my Twitch, you probably already know this, but I was recently laid off from my job, which is a total bummer. I was not expecting it. And so yeah, now I'm going through the whole process of applying for unemployment, getting my student loans deferred, canceling like all my subscriptions and memberships, and just like generally living that broke bitch life. And yeah, I'm someone who is very affected by their surroundings, and I've kind of just been feeling annoyed with my room lately. Like I feel like I want a little bit of a change, and now with all this going on, I feel like it's definitely time for a change. Like I feel like if I have a nice new organized room that works a little bit better for me, I'll just feel so much more confident into like moving on with my life. So yeah, I'm gonna show you around my room what we've got going on right now and kind of my thoughts and plans. So starting on the right side of my room, we of course have my computer desk. Not much is going to change here. I have thought of like moving this desk elsewhere, but it is a huge desk and it literally won't fit anywhere else in my room. Like that wall is not big enough. It could go there, but then I feel like the computer's gonna get so much sun damage. And it could go on this wall, but then my bed would have to move like a lot, and I really like where my bed is. So this is gonna stay the same. I might like reorganize and tidy. Oh, hi Darcy. Mr. Darcy is here to say hello. Yeah, so that's gonna kind of stay the same. I also have like empty spots where I've meant to hang things up, so I just want to like tidy, clean this up. I also kind of need to clean my desk. I do art, so I have like watercolor stains and resin stains. It just looks very crusty, so I need to like work on that. Over here, we've got my cubes where my little dude Casper loves to hang out. Hi, Casper. Hello. But yeah, I'm thinking these are gonna kind of stay where they are, but they definitely just need a bit of a tidying. And then these two pieces of furniture, which that's what we're gonna be focusing on today. And then of course my bed is in the middle of my room, which I really like because the fan is directly over me. So it's really nice and cool for sleeping, especially here in the summertime. But my thought is that these two pieces of furniture are gonna move over here. So my nightstand here, record player stand here, and then my bed maybe will move like a few inches to the right. I maybe need just like 4 more inches of clearance, literally. As you can see, this is my dumping pile. We're gonna tackle that today too. This is a random junk. We've got my easel. I have not painted on this since I moved it over here. It's just not working for me. I think having this over in the corner will be nice because my desk chair's there, so then I can just scooch my chair over and work on paintings, and then while it's drying or whatever, I can go back to my desk or whatever. Cat tree I put here because I thought they would love lounging in the sun. Darcy does lay in that leaf a lot, but he doesn't look out the window, and Casper rarely sits up here. So I think I'm gonna actually put this over on this side as well. Plus then it'll be cute when I'm streaming, you'll be able to see the kitties in the background. So obviously closets I cannot move. There's my mirror. I think it's just gonna stay in this corner because I don't know where to put it. Got my squish hammock up there. And then, hello, that's me. Next to the mirror, I've got this little shelf. A lot of this might get rearranged. Like some of the plants on this shelf may end up moving over here once I have furniture over there. And then this is a bunch of random junk. Like I have shoes down there that probably should be in my closet. And then, yeah, half dead plant. And then I've got, these are like my finished products for shipping. So I've got all of my stickers on my Etsy, which by the way, I do have an Etsy, please buy stickers for me. I'm so broke. And then yeah, I've got sticker sheets are back there. And then these are all just like finished charms and earrings that I'm waiting to sell. And then yeah, random plant crap. One alive plant, dead plant, empty plant pots, cinnamon, which pro tip, cinnamon on your plants kills bugs. So, and then yeah, the bookshelf, I'm not moving this because it's like 1,000 pounds and it would take 10 years to move all of my books. Plus I like it here, it's cute. But yeah, so that is the current state of affairs. So I think the first step is actually probably gonna be clean this up. I need to move like the humidifier aside, mess with some of these flower vines, or just move them aside. I'm thinking I have those are like fake flowers. Put some more up here because yeah, this pool noodle hack did not work. I saw this on Pinterest, like put flowers on a pool noodle, didn't work. So I need to, you can see like the top of the pool noodle. So I might use some to cover that. And then some may end up going over here. I have vision, you'll see it. But yeah, I think step one, we're gonna clean this little corner and move this furniture out of the way. This looks so good now. You can like barely see that there's a pool noodle. So I guess I just needed to add more flowers in there. And then, yeah, I've been on the fence about putting this film up just because the kitties won't be able to see out the window. But honestly, there's not much for them to look at anyways. And I'd rather have the privacy, and then it just makes my room look so much nicer. So yay, looks so good already. So it's been almost a full week since I filmed that first day of footage. I pretty much have just been like, I don't know, doing other things this week. But I do have some little like tiny things I want to do this weekend. We are gonna right now hang this quilt up on my wall above my bed. My mom helped sew these little Velcro strips. So I'm gonna basically nail one of the strips to the wall and then you attach the other one on and it should hang up hopefully. I also did make earlier in the week a little like air dry clay tray for my perfume. So I've just been letting it dry, but yeah, I think I'm ready to like go ahead and like work on painting it. So that'll probably either be like later tonight or tomorrow or something. But yeah, and then I also kind of want to start crocheting some stuff. I really want to crochet like a little blanket for here on my record stand because Casper has loved sitting up here again by the window. So I just want to do something cute because it's just like a very open white space. So I think if I put like a cute little crochet blankie for him, that'll be cute. So yeah, we're gonna work on those couple of things over the next few days. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Hello, my cuties. So it's officially been about, I think, almost 2 months since I started filming this video, and I'm gonna call it good. I honestly am never done with my room. It is always a work in progress. I have literally tried filming a room tour slash room renovation like multiple times, and I always end up stopping because it's just an endless work in progress. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because a lot of my bigger projects I finished up, and now at this point it's just like little things or like things that I might do, but I'm not totally set yet, like things that I can put off for a while. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys what my room is looking like right now and how all of my little projects turned out. We're just gonna start in the middle of the room with my bed. It is the bedroom after all, so we're gonna start with her and our little flower canopy. I love my bed so much. I love this bedding is from Anthropologie, in case you were wondering. I really love it. Most of my room is very like pink, but this is like definitely obviously not as pink, but I really love all colors, and I wanted to add more of like other colors to my room, not just pink. So that's why I did this, and I just love it. It's all these different colors. And then I've got these kind of like dark dusty rose sheets. I also have this like silky pink pillowcase. I think it's from the brand Kitsch. And then these two are just like old pillowcases. I'm pretty sure belong to my grandma, and we've just like kind of kept them around. And then this is a little pillow. My grandma actually made this. These are patches from my original baby blanket, and the baby blanket did fall apart and need to be fixed, but she kept some of the patches and put it on this pillow. I'm not crazy about just like the plain silk background, so I might someday try to put those on something else, a little more cutesy aesthetic. And of course we've got my Build-A-Bear bunny. Her name's Cuddle Bunny. And then we've got, of course, Wendy the Squishmallow coming around on this side. And my Cobra Lakuma, who I've named Sakura. I also have my Trader Joe's bag. This thing comes with me everywhere. This is kind of like my cozy hobby tote. And then I did end up putting my quilt up here, which I'm really glad I did because I love looking at it, but I wanted to be able to see this bedding and not have the quilt cover it. And it's also way too hot. Like, I'm literally drenched in sweat right now filming this. It is so hot in Arizona right now, but I'm being so brave for you guys and filming this. And then over on this wall, I've got our very dirty cat tree that needs a bit of love. I bought new rope to put on. Still need to do that. And then I've got just like yarn basket with a bunch of projects, my really big Baratelli squish. And then here are my string lights. I should turn them on. 1 second, let me turn them on. All right, here are the string lights turned on, which I really love them. So I can't remember if I talked about it in this vlog yet because, as I said, I've been filming this vlog for 2 months, so I can't remember what I've said or not. These string lights are damaged. That one light obviously is being a little funky. She does not like to be the right color. And then, as you can see, my cats decided that these would make a nice breakfast treat, so they chewed the ends off. I did reach out to their support and they did send me a new set of string lights, but I'm kind of nervous to put the new ones up because I feel like my cats are just going to destroy them again. So the plan is just keep these up here in this room, and then eventually when I can have an office space separate from my bedroom, I'd put the new lights up in there. Because I figure if I eventually have like a home office, I would probably like close my door at night so the cats can't get in there and like mess with them, you know, like be in there unsupervised. But yeah, and then I've got a little bit of artwork on my wall. There's a little Linky Poo. Obviously I have some empty space, which I hate empty space on my walls, so I'll have to put something there. I don't know what, but yeah, and then I have a tapestry behind the string light so that even when the lights are turned off, it doesn't look like empty. We do have my oil painting easel just kind of smushed into this corner. I don't use it a ton, which I wish I did use it more because I love oil painting, but she's there if I need her. And then coming onto this wall, we've got my little cube set up, which this wall is like my favorite in the room. Let me see if I can kind of, yeah, back up here so you can get the whole view in here. I love this wall so much. We have got my cubes down here. I did modify them. It used to be like 4 cubes, but I modified so that the uppers are just really big so that all these bigger devices could fit, because I've got my record player and the speakers, and then that's my printer, and then I have supplies for my printer and my Cricut maker in there. And then moving up here, this is the Animal Crossing shrine, which I just added these flower vines to these shelves and I'm obsessed with them. We've got a lot of Animal Crossing, like plushies. I've got like my case from when I bought the DS, and then of course I have some of my Legos. And then this is some of the newer stuff I did. I had moved my little earring tower over here. This used to be elsewhere in my room. and I really like it here. It's just like nice and convenient to have all of my jewelry. I've got this framed photo of Casper. He looks so silly here. He's still like not quite fully grown there, but like also not a kitten. He's maybe like 8 months old there. I have this adorable, this is my balm.com, my little tray. I think she's so freaking cute. She's a little lopsided, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And then yeah, I have all my balm.coms plus one Lanolips in here. It's kind of cute having them all on display. And then this is my tray I made with my boys, which I think is so freaking cute. And then yeah, I keep all my nice perfumes here. I do have like one body spray, but for the most part, these are just like fancy perfumes. I have moved my Cricut machine elsewhere, but I kind of like having it here. It's just convenient. So when I want to print things, you know, I can just move this girl and yeah, she's right there. But yeah, when I'm not using it, this is Miss Bubblegum KK, or Bubblegum for short, my little Build-A-Bear frog. And then we have my little Palm Pow Peach, our little peach friend, so he hangs out there. And then yeah, lots of wall art. I've got, that was a scroll my sister got when she lived in China and she brought it home for us. This big painting here is one that I did, although I kind of want to maybe touch it up and redo some of it. Like the face needs some work, and then I want to redo the fairy wings, but I love this painting. I've got lots of just little prints in general. I've got my Taylor Swift Lover vinyls on display. Yeah, lots and lots of art prints from different artists. I have this with like postcards from friends. That was like a birthday card from my grandma. I've got swatch sheets for one of my watercolor sets. Just all sorts of stuff. Recently found this at a thrift store. I had this in my bedroom growing up, or like I think we had it in our hallway. And I saw it and I was like, I need it. I may end up taking that out and putting something else in this frame, but I just thought it was cute because it was like something I had as a kid. And then moving into the fun zone, here is my desk. Let me go ahead and get the wiggle it so she turns on. Okay, here's my lovely little gaming desk where I live and spend most of my life. I also love this part of my room. We've got my little mushrooms hanging up here. Lots of cute things. I think we'll start in the corner. I have these little corner shelves with all sorts of little goodies. We've got my Eras Tour poster up there. Yeah, up here we've got that picture of that cat is actually I think it was a birthday card. And then that little Korok dude here, that is an AirPod case that I decided not to use for my AirPods anymore because it's so big. That Tears of the Kingdom print I got with my copy Tears of the Kingdom. This was a letter from my friend Chloe, who is getting married. That is her little marriage like announcement invitation thing. And I thought it was so cute, I had to put up on my shelf. And then here we've got all my Switch games and some more little plushies. We've got some of my Zelda amiibos here. This is an amiibo card my friend Alice made me. It looks like my character from Animal Crossing. It has my name and my birthday, and if you actually tap it into the game, it scans in Marshall, because Marshall's one of my faves, one of my boys. And then this shelf has more little amiibos. I've got both of my Links here, my little Game Boy Squishmallow. Yeah, and in this corner, this is my canvas lamp, which basically I use this. It's nice, you can stick your phone in and get really good top-down angles for filming, like painting and stuff, so I love that. I also can just like twist it like as a ring light, use it for my makeup. But yeah, I use this thing all the time. I've got this little peach bin which has lots of random mail that I've been avoiding dealing with. I have some like Copic markers back here. We've got some pride flags, and then all my watercolor brushes. And then this is part of my makeup station. We've got my little mirror. All my brushes are in this cup. And then I've got a bunch of little things, like mainly eyeliners, and then these are like mini perfume samples. This is a mug warmer, so if I'm up here drinking tea or coffee, you can turn this on and it keeps your stuff warm. And then I've got this little pencil pouch, and oh look, more papers. And then yeah, I've got this little mushroom with like some random lip balms, my sad naked AirPod case. I really need to buy a new case. And then yeah, we've got a whole row of plushies and little knickknacks all along the bottom here. And of course I've got the 2 computer monitors. They're mounted up on this thing, so it's nice. You can like flip it down easily. A little spot for my drinky poos. I've got scrunchies, my very messy desk covered in watercolor, my little monthly marker, which this is out of date. It is August 1st now. I have not messed with it in a few days. The endless pile, the pile of receipts and papers and things that never seems to leave my desk. I just cleaned this pile yesterday and we already have a fresh pile of receipts and junk to go through, so that's fun. Yeah, this was a phone charm I made, and unfortunately it did break. He's a little messy, but it's a Fey-Wish sprite. His little ears broke, and then the tip of his cloak broke. I'm very sad, but I still love him, so he's hanging up on my computer. But yes, I am very much into Infinity Nikki, as you can probably see. This is my character, and this was just a stranger I met while playing online one day, and we took a ton of photos together, and we were looking really cute. And then that's the actual PC. I just put this vine over it like yesterday, and I think it looks really pretty. And I got this little candle here. I love kind of having a mix of like very cutesy pink gamer stuff, but also like very vintage. And then yeah, more cutesy wall art. This is a painting I just finished of a little hobbit girl. We're gonna come to this side of the room now. Back of my door, I did actually organize this. It used to have way more junk on it. It's still pretty crowded, but it's doing better. And then nice big ol' bookshelf, very, very full. This top shelf, we've got a bunch of manga. I've got a bunch of my calico critters. I just got, these are my newest ones, the little babies. And these were my first 2. And then I literally just opened this like 20 minutes ago, my copy of Tales of the Shire. I just filmed that video before this one. This shelf, I've got some more calico critters. This is, I have to tell a story about this one, this little feather. We had a mourning dove get into our house. She got stuck in our fireplace and we didn't know what to do, so I ended up I just opened up the bottom of the fireplace and she like fell down in and was flying around the apartment, and she eventually flew into the kitchen and belly flopped into the sink. And I managed to I just picked her up with a blanket, and she was like so calm when I held her, and I just took her outside. And this was her feather. She left a feather behind and I kept it just because, I don't know, it was so cute. Like holding her, she was so tiny and small, and she didn't even like panic when I was holding her in my hands, and I just thought she was so sweet, so I had to keep her feather. We've got a bunch more books, got all my Percy Jacksons. Please ignore the fact that my Hunger Games are literally out of order. That kind of drives me insane. That drives me insane. I had lent these to my sister and she had them in her classroom, but I just asked her to bring them back, so I hadn't like organized them yet. But yeah, I got all my Percy Jacksons. I got my House Moving Castles. I've got a Zelda book back there. Also got, this came with my order of Echoes of Wisdom. This peach perfume, low-key way too sweet for me, but it's peach, so I had to get it. I mainly use it as like room spray. This shelf, we've got more manga, more books. That box is from my special edition of Lord of the Rings. It came in that box. The actual book is downstairs though. A bunch of plushies. And then down here is more stuffed animals. And then most of these are just like random single books, or a lot of them are college books. Like pretty much this whole stack here is stuff I used in college. So yeah. And most of these plushies are from traveling. Most of these were from, pretty much all these I got in Europe, except for the panda. I got him from Chinatown in San Francisco. Or was he from, I can't remember. No, he wasn't from the time I went to Chinatown. He was from actual China when my sister went. I do have some things from Chinatown, but he's from real China, original China. Over here, I've got some little hats that I used to wear as a kid. I like having hats up because it's like giving a House Moving Castle this little board. I have not changed the saying on there since college, which unfortunately was more years ago than I'd like to admit. That is a little plate with a cat, and then my Tales of the Shire map, which I do really want to get a frame for this because I feel like my humidifier is gonna destroy it quickly. Got my Monstera. She's been struggling a bit. She's put out a couple new leaves like this, but they keep dying. I'm hoping this one lives, but the 2 leaves before this both died. So I'm kind of bummed. I don't know why she's suddenly struggling. She's been through it. She actually, when I first got her, my sister gave her to me a couple years ago. It was like moldy and rotting, and pretty much all the original leaves have died. These are all leaves that I grew myself. A very, very, very sad pothos that was looking good until one of my cats decided to rip her out of the ground. She's looking kind of sad now. And then yeah, beauty stuff, art stuff. There's me in my little hobby outfit. I put on a little fit because yeah, I did just film my Tales of the Shire unboxing. So is it giving Hobbit? Is it giving rosy cotton? I definitely need a different skirt for this. The skirt is a little bit not quite the right cut, but it's good enough. And then yeah, above my mirror is the beautiful frog hammock of all frog squishmallows and other frog related products. And then these are all just any squishmallows, more than just frogs. And then yeah, the actual mirror itself is from Target. I love her. She's so nice and big. And behind it, you guys are seeing the deep dark secrets of my room. Those are supplies for when I take pictures for Instagram or like my Etsy. So like fabrics and stuff. That's a skirt. That shouldn't even be in there. That's a skirt. I pulled it down to use it. I'm gonna pull that out. I need to hang that back up in my, this is literally a skirt. I could have worn this skirt. This is so much more hobbity. But yeah, I like to use like clothing when I'm taking pictures of stuff. Like, you know, I'll just lay it out on my bed, put a painting down or whatever, use that as a backdrop. But anyways, yeah, those are all my supplies. Foam roller, blank canvases. I'm not going to show you inside the closet because she's not organized, but these are the closet doors, which I'm really liking these stickers I put on. They're maybe not the most fancy, but I think they're cute. Coming into home stretch here. This is the end. We've got my little window corner. I'm obsessed with this little window with all the flowers up here. This was the giant plant that used to be over here. But now she's over here because I think the Monstera didn't like being there. And I did actually just put her on this moss pole because before she was leaning over, like completely blocking this whole door, which didn't work. Got a little tray of like hair clips to wear. I've got some cat grass that I just grew for my boys. They love cat grass. Some cute scrunchies. My jewelry, mainly just necklace holder, kind of hard to get to behind this plant, so I might need to move that, but I don't know where to move it to. And then yeah, I love my little window with the window thing I put up. And then yeah, we've got mainly just a lot of notebooks. I got my vinyls, Legos I need to do, empty journals / filled in journals. And then yeah, we've got some books and stuff down here on the nightstand. Got like my go-to lotions. Usually before bed, my go-to is slather up with lotion. Little squishmallow angel, you know, watching over me as I sleep. I don't know why she's here. I don't know why Nessie's here. I don't know why she's on the nightstand. I don't think she was originally here. The cats probably moved her. And then yeah, I got my water bottle. And yeah, that's basically it. That's the room. Do a little panorama here. That is my room. I love this room so much. Main thing I would change about this room if I could is I would make it about 20 degrees colder in here because it is really warm in here. Also, I don't like the carpet, but otherwise I love this room. I think she's super cute. I'd also probably paint the walls too if I could. I mean I could, but like whenever we move out I'd have to repaint it, and that's a little effort. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun for me to film. I've wanted to do something like this for ages and just like show off my little bedroom to you guys. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any like suggestions of like things I should add, things I should rearrange, I'm totally open to ideas. But yeah, until the next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your days and stay peachy. Bye bye.